This is ridiculous. How long am I gonna have to wait? Excuse me, miss? May I ask you something?
Oh, are you here to visit a family member? If so, then the entrance is...
No, that's not why I'm here. I have an appointment with Dr. Rousseau, the chief surgeon, but no one's been able to get my message to him.
If that's the case, then let me call for his secretary.
I'm sorry to inconvenience you. Thank you, though. You're a doctor here, aren't you?
Yes, my name is Valerie Blaylock.
Is Professor Wilkins busy? I was hoping I might get a chance to meet him.
Yes. Well, the professor is... he's very busy. I rarely see him myself.
Well, I guess it can't be helped. But I'd still like to meet him. Ah, you must be Dr. Rousseau's secretary. Thank you. My name is Irene Quattro. I'm the director of Caduceus.
The organization under the direct control of Health and Human Services?
Thank you very much for your help today. I appreciate it.
Hey, Marcus. It's already been 10 days, and he still hasn't told us about his condition.
I'm sure he hasn't forgotten. He must have his reasons.
He sure is taking his time, considering the trouble he went to bring us back here. Oh, by the way, this morning I met someone that was here to see Rousseau. I was surprised when she introduced herself. Take a guess who she was.
His mistress?
Very funny. Come on, be serious.
I know him better than you do.
Well, it turns out she's the director of Caduceus. She oversees all of the medical research institutions located in the U.S.
She's from Caduceus?
Actually, she seemed more interested in speaking with Professor Wilkins. I wonder how she knows about him. Isn't it strange?
It sounds like trouble, if you ask me.
Dr. Vaughn! Dr. Blaylock! We need you in the OR!
What's the matter, Elena?
3 people were hit by a car. 2 are in critical condition. Dr. Rousseau began treating the one who was in the worst state, but he left to treat a different patient and ordered you 2 to take the ones in critical condition.
We can't afford to waste any time. His life's in jeopardy.
The patient is Ricardo Garcia, a 35-year-old male. He was in a car accident. He has injuries to the abdomen, including a few broken ribs and a pierced spleen.
This doesn't look good.
In this operation, we have several objectives. We need to treat his lacerations, repair his broken ribs, and attend to his spleen.
This will be a difficult operation. No wonder Rousseau took off so fast.
Well, I'm sure...
We've analyzed his blood type and done the necessary screening and cross-matching. We've also got an ample supply of blood on hand. All you need to worry about is the operation.
All right, let's begin the operation.
Doctor, hurry! We need to use the defibrillator.
All right, we have a pulse.
His spleen's in bad shape, and his
We'll have to retrieve the bone fragments while treating the injured.
We won't be able to suture that big of a wound. We'll have to close it first with the forceps.
Now pinch one side of the wound with a... Okay, now hurry up and suture. That takes care of the largest wound. Doctor, please be more careful. We're making progress with the bone fragments, but the spleen requires immediate treatment. We're making progress with the bone fragments, but the spleen requires immediate treatment.
taken care of the wounds, we can reassemble the bone fragments.
It doesn't seem to fit. Could that go somewhere else? So far, so good. We're almost done.
What? Don't tell me we missed a fragment.
This isn't good. We'll have to use the defibrillator. Was that hemorrhagic shock? His spleen was bleeding pretty heavily. Is that it? Okay, Doctor. You know what to do. Be sure to keep an eye on his vitals, though.
Not yet.
We've got all the pieces now, but please treat his remaining wounds first.
Alright, let's place the last bone fragment.
All the pieces are in place. Let's cement them together with antibiotic gel. Well, that completes the operation. Please close him up.
We don't have much time.
It was an unexpected operation, but I'm glad it went smoothly. Well done, team.
I see that you are both quite skilled.
I'm sorry, you are?
I'm Irene Quattro from Caduceus. Nice to meet you. I heard there was an emergency, so I changed into my surgical gown. But I see that wasn't necessary.
Valerie, is this the woman you were telling me about?
Thank you, ma'am. It's an honor to receive such praise.
A doctor with a healing touch. It's been a while since I've been surprised like this. If the opportunity arises, I'd like to see it used again.
I'd be glad to show you.
This is an impressive hospital. I hope that we meet again. Please excuse me.
I don't think it was good for her to have seen that.
What do you mean, Marcus?
Thank you. Thank you so much, Doctor. We were told he wouldn't make it, but you saved him.
I just did my best, Mrs. Garcia. Considering his injuries, it's a miracle he survived. He must have an angel looking over his shoulder.
I don't know how we'll ever repay you. Thank you so much.
There's no need for tears. Now, let's discuss his future treatment options.
Oh, as long as he's in your hands, Dr. Russo, I know he'll be okay.
Oh, it's you, Vaughn.
Marcus, he's...
It's not worth getting upset over. The patient is all right. That's all that matters. Professor Wilkins has asked to see us.
I suppose you're right.
Dr. Rousseau? Is something wrong?
Oh, no, it's nothing. Please come with me, Mrs. Garcia. Let's go see how your husband is faring.
So, I heard that Rousseau took credit for everything. You must be disappointed.
I'm just glad the patient's okay.
He's an excellent doctor, although rather shrewd at times, and I would never trust him to operate on me. That's why I summoned you here, Marcus. You have a rare talent.
I didn't want to come back.
I'm aware of that. Regardless, we'll meet tomorrow to discuss my operation. The procedure is scheduled for 4 days from now. I'll leave you to choose your team.
Okay.
So, you're finally going to tell us, huh, Professor?
I led you all to believe that I was suffering from a chronic heart disease. But now that my preparations are complete, I will reveal the true nature of my illness.
Dr. Rousseau is on the team too?
Yeah, but he won't be operating.
What I am asking you all to do is treat an unknown disease. Yes, I'm asking you to face the unknown.
An unknown disease?
By certain means, I received a mouse with an unprecedented illness. It was a pathogen born as a result of gene-related medical research. I isolated it, analyzed it, and became deeply interested in it. Despite my initial fears, it was such a unique disease.
Curiosity. Man's greatest weakness.
Dr. Vaughn?
Never mind.
As a member of the medical community, I immediately realized the importance of this discovery. And so I began researching the disease. But before I could complete my research, I myself became infected. Its communicability between animals and humans was quite a surprise.
It's a tragedy for us all, Professor. It breaks my heart to learn of your infection.
What was the means of transmission?
It's too late to ascertain now, but it must have occurred while I was researching it. I may have accidentally pricked myself with a needle. My hands aren't as steady as they once were. I don't believe it is highly communicable, but we should still be careful. One thing is for certain. It's not an airborne disease.
And what about your condition? You seem to be rather stable right now, Professor.
I do have some data which I collected during my experiments. It's dormant at the moment, but it becomes active when the carrier experiences stress. Its invasiveness is quite strong, and it's at least as serious, if not worse, than an acute virus or a parasite invasion.
So this operation must be performed right away.
That's why you selected us.
Yes, it is a new disease, so as you may suspect, no medication or vaccine is available yet. Extraction is the only viable option.
Dr. Vaughn, this is a serious responsibility.
Indeed. This disease manifests itself in mysterious ways. I've tentatively named it stigma. We will refer to it by this name for now. But please keep this information confidential. I will also grant you access to my research data, but you are only permitted to read through it.
Infected accidentally? That can't be. That's not its nature. The professor's hiding something.
Foregoing your meditation today? Don't allow this disease to trouble you. Just accept that it's beyond your comprehension.
Should someone with your condition be up at this hour?
I have one more favor to ask of you. That's why I'm here.
I'll save your life. What more do you want?
If for some reason the operation is a failure, then I want you to destroy all my research concerning stigma.
What?
This is to be my research, and mine alone, whether or not the operation is successful. You should have no objections to this. After all, wasn't it your wish 3 years ago that it all disappear? Well then, I bid you good luck.
I've taken a look at the data, but I don't know what to say.
That makes two of us.
The pathogen's mobility is simply... Who knows what kind of damage it's capable of? Based on the data, it's unlikely that medication will be effective.
Burn it with the laser. That's the only way.
Has there been any change in the professor's condition?
He's still stable. He should have enough strength to endure the
If the professor's data is accurate, then this research will make medical history. Mistakes cannot be made. I presume you understand that.
Relax. We've got it under control. He's right. This is an important procedure. We can't afford to fail.
We're ready to... Based on what... Please be extremely careful. Lacerations?
Are you suggesting that the pathogen did this within the last few moments?
We need to suture the wounds immediately and try to prevent any further damage.
Well done, Doctor. But please keep an eye out for the path... There it is!
My God, look at it.
All right, let's do this. Get the laser ready.
It's working. Keep using the laser.
It's tearing up his insides. I can't believe this.
We did it! Stigma's gone.
Marvelous.
Wait, he's not stabilizing.
Stigma again. But how? It's still active. Keep using the laser. One down, one to go. His vitals are dropping. You have to suture the wounds or they'll hemorrhage. Again?
Well, it can't have changed that much. The laser should still work.
The laser seems to be working. Hurry up and suture those lacerations before it causes more damage.
Not yet.
Is that it? His vitals are stabilized. Let's close him up.
That was truly a menacing organism. I must begin analyzing the data immediately.
Congratulations, you did it!
It was my responsibility.
Is something wrong, Marcus?
No, nothing. I should just be thankful that it went well.
I'm glad his body withstood the operation. At this rate, it seems he'll make a full recovery. Still, that was a daunting procedure.
I can't believe that such a disease exists. And that we were able to treat it.
I hope this is the last we see of it, though.
I must say this stigma is certainly an intriguing disease. Doctors around the world will be astounded.